This is the morbid story of a girl who hated herself for being overweight and then transformed herself into a person within her own eyes, a perfect body. This girl was living her best life when she ruined her future with her own hands. Meet Melissa Turner. She was a famous cosplay girl and a cam girl who earned a lot of money in her career and was eventually sentenced to prison for killing her boyfriend. In this video, we will look at the real story of Melissa Turner, also known as the Two Thrones Rose. To fully understand the reason for killing her boyfriend, let's look at the background story of Melissa to learn about her personality in a more detailed way. This is Morbid Network. Videos about crime in every dark corner of the universe. Subscribe to our channel to prepare for the worst. Melissa Turner originated from the area of Temple Bay, found on the west coast of the Sunshine State. She was born in 1992. She was a kid in the 90s and had a normal upbringing, like most of us. Melissa was really into horror movies and always wanted to become a cosplayer, but there was one hurdle to becoming one. That was her weight. This was the time when she hated her body more than ever and she never felt confident. She weighed in at 250 pounds in her teen years. She graduated but did not have any job to attend to. This was the point in her life when she was depressed and wanted to do something to change her life drastically. So in 2011, she decided that the time was right, and in only 2 years she lost 90 pounds. This weight loss made a big difference in her physical appearance, which helped her boost her confidence. She started to love herself again, and by that time she was able to fulfill her wish of engaging in cosplay. In 2013, the life of Melissa turned around. She met a guy who goes by an online name, Sin, and they both fell in love. Now, she has a boyfriend, a healthier body, and she made new friends. One day while attending a party at a friend's house, she met a woman who introduced her to adult webcamming. Melissa learned about the money involved with this activity and immediately made up her mind. She started webcamming the very next day. Soon after, she started earning a lot of money from this adult business and she was able to support herself. The webcamming experience did not last for a long time because younger models replaced Melissa. So, she decided to make a website where she can upload her own videos and films in which she could dress up as different characters. Most of her movies were spooky and had a horror theme in them. Her website, twotyrannorose.com, immediately started to grow.
I am Two Thorn Rose. You can call me Rose. I'm a cam model. I'm an artist. I love fitness. I like making videos about that and about my art and just about my daily life. And my channel over on YouTube, where I was doing all of that stuff, got deleted. I just want a place where I can post my videos, where I can talk about my life, where I can show my artwork, my cosplays, and I'm hoping Twitch is going to be my new home and that I'm not going to get deleted on here.
And she was able to earn thousands of dollars every month in this manner. In 2016, she and her boyfriend Sin decided to expand the business through entrepreneurial means. They opened a studio where new models could use their equipment and tools and take their own photo shoots. Over time, it appeared that Melissa was the only one who was struggling to make the business successful, and all the burden was on her shoulders.
My ex-boyfriend Dickface, after we had been together for a while and I had had so many girls asking me about camming, if I could help them, blah blah blah, he was like, let's start a studio. Let's have cam rooms so girls can come here and cam, because like all the girls that I was talking to like didn't have space at their place to cam. At the time I was just like, yeah, and then that whole studio thing just turned into me doing all the work, me finding the girls, me doing all the editing, all the setup, all the every fucking thing. I did everything, and I'm so goddamn mad because I spent so much time focusing on that, focusing on other people, but I'm so mad that like I spent that time focusing on other shit when I feel like I could have done so much more and be so much more ahead of where I am now if I had put all of that fucking time and effort into me and my shit.
Eventually, the couple were getting up into various fights. They eventually broke up and the business collapsed. Mid-2017, the vacant position of Sin as her boyfriend was filled by another guy with whom Melissa fell in love. His name was Mathew Trussler. Their relationship started and went on really well. The couple seemed very happy and were very satisfied with their jobs. The couple uploaded various pictures together, and Melissa also told her fans on social media that her relationship with Mathew was going very well. But it does not mean that their relationship was healthy. In fact, it was very toxic instead. Mathew's brother also called their relationship extremely toxic, and the couple was seen arguing a lot of times, and their neighbors would often hear them shouting to one another. So at the end of the day, it is not clear if the relationship was good or bad. Still, the relationship would end up with one of the two dead. No one ever expected this to happen, but it did. In 2019, Melissa called 911 at 8:45 a.m. when she cried for paramedic help. She told the operator that her boyfriend had been attacked and is not breathing at all.
911, what is your emergency?
911. I woke up on my boyfriend. He was outside this morning. He's cold. He was just drinking. He's cold.
The address of the emergency. Hello?
I need paramedic.
She was devastated. Or so it seems. Mathew's body was attacked around 4 hours before Melissa initiated the phone call. There were numerous stabs in the back. Melissa at first said to officers that she found her boyfriend lying on the ground, but later when she was taken to the station for statements, her story suddenly changed. She said that Mathew came home on October 18th drunk, which upset her deeply. The situation escalated into a fight between the couple, and eventually Mathew was so upset that he grabbed a kitchen knife and tried to attack Melissa, which caused an injury to her hand. Melissa said that somehow she managed to get the situation under control, but Mathew tried to strangle her after throwing her to the ground, so as self-defense she attacked him and stabbed him several times.
He had pushed me into the countertop. I had marks on my stomach from it. And then turned me around, and he had his hands around my throat.
Let's look at some of the proof in this case. This was the time for officers to fact-check if Melissa was lying or if it was actually self-defense, because the injury on the hand could occur from Melissa holding the knife. And several other facts were also not in Melissa's favor. So the police department, in order to gather as much proof as they can, contacted Melissa's neighbors for CCTV footage, and this is where the whole story got revealed. There was no visual proof because of the fence that surrounded Melissa and Mathew's home, but the audio was enough to solve the case. The transcribed audio gave the following details. At 4:32 a.m. Melissa was heard shouting, "You stay!" At 4:33 a.m. shattering noise of breaking glass could be heard from the house. At 4:34 at first, she said, "Damn it," and a few seconds later she added, "I hate you." This type of conversation continued till 4:37 when Melissa was heard saying words like, "I hate you, go yourself and let's go." The whole argument continued for 12 minutes, and at the end, she was heard saying, "What did I do?" So, the surveillance footage and change of stories left the officers in no confusion if it was self-defense or cold-blooded murder. The 4-hour delayed 911 call was the final nail in the coffin. Melissa was arrested for the murder of her boyfriend, and legal actions were taken later on. In the legal proceedings, Melissa was offered 25 years sentence if she pleaded guilty to the murder, but in return she asked for a 5-year sentence. The huge difference between the time period avoided any settlement to happen between the court and Melissa, so the legal proceedings began. The lawyer of Melissa tried to convince the court that Mathew was an abusive partner and the incident happened as a self-defense act. However, Mathew Trussler's family denied the allegations of abuse leveled against him. Melissa Turner is no innocent girl, according to Mathew Trussler's family, who denied all allegations of abuse.
This is not a story of a poor innocent girl. This is a woman who intentionally isolated and manipulated a good kid away from his loving, supportive family.
Their mother, Margaret McLaughlin, said that Melissa Turner's contrived abuse story caused as much pain as Mathew's death, and that the sentencing would have caused him great relief.
The story that you have contrived has caused me as much pain as his death. You and I both know that Mathew was the best thing that ever happened to you.
The lawyer tried to convince the court that it was self-defense by saying, "There are several reasons why we believe the jury should find Miss Turner not guilty," attorney John Trevina previously told Law and Crime. These issues include expert testimony from our audio expert Bruce Koenig that the video and audio recording from a neighbor across the street was manipulated in select areas. This to amplify the volume in order to make it sound like Miss Turner was screaming much louder. And the portions where the alleged victim is speaking are completely inaudible. There are also self-defense and passion issues to consider. But, as Judge Ward stated, jurors did not believe the story either. Melissa will now spend 2 decades behind bars. So, with this we conclude this morbid story caused by Melissa Turner. If you want to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you do not miss any updates. Give this video a like, it will help us tremendously. Also, let us know if you like these kind of videos, want to see more serial killers or even other scary and morbid stories? Hit us up with your thoughts down below.